okay, parents, so you want to share information, you want to share moments and pictures and other cool information about your kids, but you don't necessarily want the whole world on Facebook to see what you post. There's a couple of cool things you can do um, to make sure that only the people who you want to see your information are seeing your information. The first way is just to create a group, and you do that by going over here to the top right, and right here you will click create group. Then you can name the group, my family and friends. And then you can add people to the group by just typing in their name. So let me find my mom. So there's my mom. And then it's suggesting other family members. So my brother, my cousins, okay? And then I can make this a closed group. And if I do that, anybody can see that the group exists, but only people who are accepted after applying to the group can get into the group and actually see what's in there. Or you can make it a complete secret so no one even knows that the group exists. Either one of those. And so once you create the group, so I'll go ahead and click create. All right, let's see. I'll add my mom. You have to add at least one person for it to work. And then you can choose a little icon here if you want. All right, and then this is the group. So then you can upload a photo. Maybe you want to pick a nice picture of your family to put there. And you can write a description of what your group is about. You could say, welcome family and friends. This is where I'll be posting pictures of highlights of our everyday life. And that's it. And so whenever you want to post a video, or a video or a picture or just anything, a document, you would just click here just as you would on your Facebook page. But this will be private and inside your group. And every time you post something, the people in your group will be alerted. So that's one way to share things privately. The second way is, and I always tell people, don't worry about accepting friend requests from people who you don't know very well, or let's say coworkers or employers who ask you to be their friend. When you get those awkward friend requests, you can accept those without worry. So as you can see here, these are friend requests that are waiting for me to approve, okay? And most of these actually are business related connections. So let me see. Yeah, so we'll start here at the top. This person is a business related connection. So I'm going to click confirm. But as you can see on the right, it automatically defaults to adding her to a friends list. So I am going to add her to another list. I'm going to add her to a list. I have a list called ICA. That just stands for Ideal Client Audience. You could call it whatever you want, but that's where I'm going to put her because she's a business connection. But you could just as easily add a person to, let's see if I have one here. Okay, it looks like most of these people are business connections for me. So I'm going to confirm this person, and then I'm going to add to another list. I could add her to a list called restricted. Let's suppose she's a work connection or a colleague, somebody who I really don't want her to see my personal information, I could add her to this list called restricted, and anything I post on my Facebook page, on my Facebook profile, she will not see unless it is public. Okay, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. So if I go to my personal page, and if I post something, put some random text. If you can see right here, it says public. So that means the whole world can see it, whether they're my friend or not. So the people on the restricted list will be able to see that. Or I can choose that only my friends on Facebook see it, or I'm going to click more options. I can choose from those lists that I created. So I can make it so that only certain people see it. I can even make it very customized and say that I want my friends to see it and maybe my family to see it, but I don't want my colleagues to see it. Or you could just make it super custom. Maybe you have a list that is just your neighborhood, okay? And you put people just into neighbors. So maybe you only want your neighbors and your family to see it. So you can rest assured, you just have to make sure that whenever you post something, you pay attention to this over here on the right and see if you're posting it as public or how you're posting it. And that is a great way to manage who sees what on your Facebook profile. Hope this was helpful, and for more great tips like this, make sure and visit my Facebook group called The Front Row, and when you get there, it looks like this. I've also got great tutorials over at jenlehner.com.